What's up, fam? This is Vic from Quick Cutz Premium Lawn Care here in Conyers, Georgia. So I had a subscriber ask me a question. Basically, they asked me whether or not will I give a discount. So the question was, they had a customer that they quoted a price of $45 to service their lawn. But just like a lot of customers will do, is negotiate you down and ask you to do the yard for $40. So he asked me, would I do it? And he also indicated that he was just getting started on his lawn care business. Now, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to answer the question in, the comment section, but I knew it was probably gonna get too lengthy and I was gonna probably write a doggone dissertation or a book, and then I'm not the best person who wants to write. I prefer to talk, as you can see. That's why I'm on YouTube. So here's my thoughts. I told him at that point in time that I needed more details, and the truth be told, the details is basically what would you want to do far as. So here's the breakdown. Would I give a discount to a customer, or would I cut their yard for $40 when initially I quoted them $45? Let me begin from the beginning. In the beginning, when I was just getting started, that's exactly what I would do. I would cut their yard for the $40. Now, that's because I didn't know no better. Now, as I continue to grow my business, continue to understand the numbers, understand time and numbers, I would now say to myself, no, I wouldn't do it. I will not give a discount of $5. Now, let me tell you why. One of the reasons why I wouldn't do it is because that $5 may be my profit. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes all you're profiting on certain cases is $5. Now, I know you're saying, man, that's not a lot of money. No, it's not a lot of money. Now, I also want you to understand that, do I give discounts? The answer is yes. Here's a situation where I would probably give a person a discount. I probably would give them a discount for a number of services. As you can see in my last video, if not, please check out my last video where I'm doing a marketing campaign and I am offering discounts. However, the discounts are for long services. For example, someone who wants a discount and getting a 50% cut on their 50% off on their first cut is somebody who will sign up for a annual or year services with me. Yes, that means you have to start in March and you cut all the way through the year, even in the slow seasons for us, which are December, January, and February. Yes, you at least have to do a month-to-month service agreement with me. So I'm winning, the customer is winning, okay, for the reduction. Now, let's say, for example, let's make it real simple. It's a $50 cut. I'm going to discount it $25. That means, honestly, I'm paying them to cut their yard because I'm not making any money off of it. So that means that, how do I recoup that $20 later on? The way I recoup the $20 later on is through the services of a annual contract, at least for that year. And I'm telling you, the profit margins for some people who are trying to grow their business, such as myself, it's not a big profit margin. Let me tell you why. Because a lot of that goes back into the equipment that breaks down on you. This equipment will break down on you. I don't care what people are talking about, what mower they're going with. That mower is built to break down. Yes, it's built to endure a lot of the wear and tear, but they just break down, guys. And $8,000, $4,000, thousands of dollars, that means that all the money that you made that year sometimes goes back into buying another machine. That's the only way you can continue to thrive in this type of business. You got to be ahead of the breakdown. So that's another thing why I'm saying, it should benefit you. Let's say, for example, you got another customer right next to them, and you say, I'm gonna cut a $5 difference. Now that can backfire, because let's say your next door neighbor that you getting later on, they want the same price of that neighbor, and you got to justify, well, I was just giving them a discount, and I'm not giving you a discount. So sometimes that work out, and sometimes it doesn't work out. So know your numbers. Know how much money you want to make per hour. And sometimes, I know a lot of times people will say, well, I don't know. And you're going to start out not knowing. Man, that's exactly what I did. I did not know what I wanted to make per hour. Now, last year, I'm going to share this with you. Last year, what I wanted to make per hour, someone told me, hey, man, you want to make at least $75 an hour for 2 men. You divide that up, that's like $37.50. So I went with it. I wanted to make $75 an hour for 2 men. And then I wound up needing 3 guys on the truck. And I didn't know how to put that number together. So I just added $10 because that's what I was paying the guy per hour. I said, at least let me just break even. So I was doing work sometimes where it was 3 guys doing an hour worth of work, and all we was getting paid was $85. Then I realized, talking to other people on YouTube, which this is why you're talking to me, that $85 an hour for what I was offering was not enough money. I need at least a $50 per man hour. That means at least if 3 men are working on a project and it takes them an hour, I should walk away with $150. And I was not making that money. I was not. Now, was I making any money? The answer is yes. But as I'm making that money, at the same time I'm making that money, my lawnmower, the wear and tear of it, is going down. It's depreciating. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. It's invisible unless, something breaks on it immediately. But it is depreciating. It's an appreciating asset. So don't look at it as you making money and then I gotta go split a bill, like I said, in another year or so, and there you go. There go my profit from the previous year. So be very wise in accepting discounts. I'm not saying don't give customers discounts. What I'm saying is, a lot of times when you're getting started, you don't price it right the first time. You probably looking at that yard and saying, you know what, let me figure this out. I probably can cut it for, I'll charge you $45. And that's what we're probably going to do in the beginning. But as you go, you need to figure out how long was you in that yard. I'm talking about stopwatch or whatever. You see look at my other videos. I am timing my services in the yard. Another person who does a good job is Florida Turf Pros. I watched that guy's video, and he times how long he wants to be in that yard. Now, for him, he's charging $65 per man hour. Now, I want to get to $65 per man hour. That's where I would love to be, but that's not where I'm at right now. I have to understand that I may not be at that place where he is, but it doesn't mean that he is too high and I'm too low. What it means is that he understands his profit margin, he understands his customers and his location, and he understands he can get that. Where for me, I'm learning whether or not I can get that, because I do have, and I don't like to call low ballers, because guess what? I at one time was that guy. I didn't know. I was going around, and I you can see on my trailer now, I have a sign on my trailer that says starting at $35. Now, the truth be told, I do start at $35, but most people, the clients or the customers, pulling me off to the side thinking that I'm going to cut an acre of grass for $35. That's not going to happen. So I began to understand my square feet and how long it takes me to do a certain square feet. Like this year, I was charging $65. Now check this out. I was charging $65 for anyone at square feet of 10,000 square feet up to 16,000 square feet. Now that's a difference of, that's like 6,000 a wiggle room, 6,000 square feet of wiggle room in there. I was off. I was off. Yeah. For $65, for me, it should be from like 9,500 square feet up to 12,000 square feet. That's 65. Anything after that 12,000 square feet up to another 2,000 square feet, maybe 14,000 square feet, that's $5 added. So I'm adding $5 every time I get another 2,000 square feet. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I figure out how long it takes me in that yard to cut that type of yard. This is important that you understand that. So this is some form of calculating how long it's going to take you to service that customer. So for me, now I'm going back, I'm looking at my yards, and I'm giving the discounts, but I'm giving the discounts for those customers, again, who want the long-term services. I am not about to save a customer or a client $5 and they're not going to utilize my services like they should. You know, they can say, you know what, I don't want you to cut it this week. Can you come next week? I really can't. I really don't want to get cut on a Tuesday. Can you cut it on a Wednesday? I know it just rained yesterday, so I was wondering if you can wait till it dry. I can't do that. I cannot function that way. I have to have clients who trust me as a professional, who are going to service their yard at a affordable price, not cheapest price. You're not going to get cheapest price from me because you're paying for me to be dependable, reliable, and give you quality work. And that's what I'm going to do. You can depend on me to do just that. And I even had an incident this year where one of my guys slung a rock and busted out a doggone window in a door. That thing was it was like $350. Let me tell you something. That $5 that you're trying to cut them a deal, they're not gonna ask you. You're not gonna be able to go to them and say, "Hey, can you cut me a deal on this broken glass?" No, they're gonna like, you need to fix that. You need to fix that. So when I'm encouraging you again, I know this may not be a cut and dry answer, but I'm saying use some wisdom. Don't just go with, I'm just getting started. If you price that yard right and you know it's $45 and that $45 is tight, and you know it's tight, you mean that you're gonna be, and matter of fact, you know you're making a profit and you in and out of there, and you know it. And you say, you know what, I can give that guy, you know what, I could cut it for 40 easy and still make my money, do that. But if you're saying it's $45 and I really don't know, I really don't know my margins, and I'm kind of shaky on it, don't do it until you understand it. Because if you do it that way and you saving people $5 over 10 yards, hey, $5 over 10 yards, you know what that number is. That's 50. And then you do it by every 2 weeks. In a month, that's $100. And let me ask you a question. What could you do with $100 in a month when you need gas, oil, the string, and let's say you got an older lawnmower and something breaks down? Like I said, I knew this was going to be a long video. I hope it helped you in making a decision, and I hope it helps other people who are getting into this business to know that, yes, discounts is okay, but being cheap will run you out of business. Cut on, Lawn Care family, cut on. I'm cutting out. Peace.